Oh God. Anyway, hi YouTube. What's up? ¿Cómo están? Bienvenidos al canal. Welcome on in, ladies and gentlemen. We are jumping into Zom 100 episode 3. In case you guys are watching this, we are literally doing this back to back because I skipped last week's and then I went on vacation. So we are doing episode 3 and episode 4, knocking it out of the park immediately. And if time has it, we might jump into Heavenly Delusion or Arcane or something afterwards. Guys, this is why you guys should come and join us. We tend to do this every Friday and Sunday, but aside from that, we do stream throughout the week. And when we stream throughout the week, it tends to be some pretty fun anime and stuff like that. Like, I saw the notification near the ending. Oh shit. But with that being said, guys, let's go. I don't know what else to say. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Also, real quick, none of this is supposed to be predictions. All of this is quite literally character analysis of the environment, psychological analysis of pretty much everything that is happening. I have to restate this because people think that like my whole thing is to come in here and make predictions when it's not. It's about analyzing characters, and good characters are easy to predict from a psychological perspective. Just throwing that out there.
Daijoubu? 今までよく頑張ったね。ここならもう怖くないよ。とにかく今はゆっくり休んで。
代表。奴らがまた。
Bro, what?
ごめん、ちょっとミーティングが入っちゃってさ。また後でゆっくり話そうか。あ、一人で待てるね。
So I actually have a concern about this.
必ず帰るよ。約束だ。
And he never came back. No. First off, good on him for trying to go ahead and, like, if you've ever tried to go ahead and be there for children and whatnot, like in terms of either just empathize with them, help them out when they're crying, whatever, you often find that like it takes a lot to gain a person's trust, right? Kids can be rather suspicious, or they can be rather hurt if they're already in an emotional state. You have to go ahead and make an appeal as to why they need to go ahead and trust you. Same way that you make to most people, right? If the people are hurt, right, what ends up happening? Let's be 100% realistic. If I'm hurt and you come over here and you try and like talk to me, I can either push you away or I can let you in. Right? Or third of all, I just don't acknowledge your existence at all. So, I guess this is a genuine question for chat. Number one, how does this look like for you if someone over pushes, or if someone keeps trying to push in and be like, what's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you okay? Are you okay? What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong? What are you doing? What's wrong? Go come. What's wrong? You know, like, it gets annoying rather fucking quickly, right? It can be annoying sometimes, and you're like, dude, just leave me alone. Give me some room to breathe and whatnot. For a kid, however, sometimes they need reassurance that, number one, their environment and themselves are going to be okay. And number two, that they can express themselves in that nature. However, oh, Gaz, yo, what's up? However, in an environment like this, and let's be straight up, if zombies come barging in through this door, is having a kid around you the safest option? Would you guys take around you a kid, like, and I hate to be this cruel, this everything, in a world full of zombies, right? Would you be running around with a kid like this who you can tell is, number one, already has some sort of trauma, or is already crying and trying to let out their emotions? I'm personally going to say no. And there's a reason for this, right? High emotional states and vulnerabilities. Also, what's up, Sir Tile? Dude, welcome on in. The reason being is crying, natures of play, loudness levels, so on and so forth, can get you caught. The panic, the sensations of everything can go ahead and like... No, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. Can attract more attention. It can make getting away a lot harder. To take this a step further, the service industry in Japan host clubs. Let's go into this. I joke around about this a lot, which is I find it interesting that in a world where they can animate connection, it seems as though all the jobs revolve around, like a lot of the service jobs revolve around connection. Think about that for a second. In a society where they teach you how to go out and respect elders and why connection is important, a lot of the service jobs, whether it's maid cafes or, host clubs or whatnot, what is popularized are these needs. Rent a girlfriends, you rent a mom, rent a family, rent a wife, rent a grandma. Like all of these things are popularized for a reason. And speaking of, it makes me wonder, like, well, first off, number one, no judgment whatsoever. Would you guys use any of those services? But number two, I do wonder, like, because number one, if you have to be in a gentleman's host club or in a host club in general, you kind of have to sell a little bit of a lie, right? You kind of have to sell an aspect of yourself to entertain your clients, to do whatever. But I wonder how healthy living in that lifestyle would be. I wonder what that would mean if you don't go into a full zombie mode of quite literally waking up, having to appropriately go work out, do whatever you need to do to get ready for the evening, where you have to drink your guts out to entertain your clients and then possibly take them home to entertain them that way as well. And then start over and do the cycle over and over and over. And for some people, it's like, that must be really, really exciting. For others, it might be like, no, you don't sleep with your clients. And it's like, we've heard 101 horror stories of host clubs. And for others, like for me, I hear that and I'm like, that must be exhausting. That would be like one thing that comes to mind is not just like, I'm not even physically exhausting, but like mentally draining. Because are you even living at that point? Let's be real. A lot of individuals at this point in time, like, I hate to put it this way, but if you're not able to go and experience life and go out there and enjoy yourself or do so many things, what ends up happening? You start experimenting with newer and weirder things, and next thing you know, you're chained up into a St. Andrew's cross, and you don't know what you've gotten yourself into, and then comes Dommy Mommy with your little whip, and you're scared out of your mind, right? Not out of personal experience. I'm just talking out of like, a raise in kink levels, a raise in everything, and how that can affect an individual trying to go ahead and break out of a cycle like this. Yeah, I can't even guarantee my own life, let alone Lord Hamhank. Clean up. What do you mean by No, I swear, brother. I swear. Oh shit. When host clubs do more than the army. The Japanese Special Defense Force it's actually the host club. Oh man. No, but realistically speaking, I can see like they have a lot of bottles and stuff at their disposal. Japanese host defense force, like they have a lot of things at their disposal. Of course, they would try and hunker down. However, supplies become an issue rather quickly. I do wonder about this, and I do wonder like at what point this becomes extremely unsafe. Because the more that you surround yourself with people, the easier it is for you to maintain like aspects of connection in terms of that sanity, but the faster that your supplies deplete. Not only that, you're using alcohol as a way to go ahead and defend against zombies. However, what happens when water runs out? Right. What happens when water starts running out? Alcohol dehydrates you. Yes, I know, but sometimes we just I don't remember. Wait, you've read the manga Fallen Guardian? Well, I don't know, but this is straight up like a host club. That's why I'm like, Oh shit. I see. Okay. So this is sort of how life is still happening all the way around. Alcohol can be used to disinfect wounds. Absolutely. But this is all like I actually like this perspective where our main character is going through and like everything else around, like it's showcasing what's happening, you know. That is really fucking cool. It's showcasing that, like, hey, yes, we are watching our main character, but there is stuff that is still happening in this world, like outside of just like the main storyline that we're going through. This is what I love about like shows like Arcane, right? Or Moshiko Tensei. Is the world building. It's like, yes, we are following these two characters, but there are stuff, or like these characters, these main characters, but there's stuff that's happening in the background that like you blink it, you miss, right?
やっぱ人の量がすげえな。でもお前が簡単にくたばるわけねえよな。待ってろよ、ケンチョ。
All right, hold on before we continue. Kencho, guys, correct me if I'm wrong. Really correct me a little bit. What is the Japanese game where they do these fingers and they like, what's that called? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Gancho, okay. Okay, sorry, when he said the name instantly, I was like, wait, is this a pun in a name here? Or like, that's called aggravated assault. Like, okay, close enough. Close enough. 1,000 years of death jutsu. So if that's Kancho and this is Kensha, I kind of wonder what, like, if... First off, how... let's talk about this. This is actually really fucking cool. Because I know that this is a place where we left off, but a good opportunity for us to go ahead and dive in deep. Let me bring this up. How far would you guys go for a family member in a zombie apocalypse? Would you guys genuinely go out and look for them? A family member or a best friend or whatever you guys want to go and call them, or not? Would you guys, and I mean this in a serious way, like, because for example, there are people that you can be like, I would never go for my brother, my oldest brother. My other brother, sure, I'd try and go and find out where he is and save him. My friends, it depends on how close they are. But why? Why specifically are you choosing some people and other people not? My grandpa, yeah. Everybody else, probably not. Maybe my aunt and uncle. Yes, if you have the means. Okay. Depends on how safe it is and what are the chances of getting to them. Okay. What if you go into like the middle of your city? Like, you know, what if they live like, or what if they live right in the middle of your city where like everything happened? Say that you're calling them and they're not picking up. Would you go and see if they're okay to try and save them or something? I just want to save myself. Fallen Guardian. Oh. Well, sucks to be them. Oh. The reason why I bring this up is because in an environment like this, I know I bring this up to showcase what our ecological system may look like, right? But through this, it's also a system of priority, right? Family, health services, peers, friends, you know, securing your neighborhood, so on and so forth. The ecological system is also a determinant of safety. How safe can you be, and what should you focus on? The number one thing is you should focus on yourself, but what comes next? Family. Trying to go out and maintain any form of health, and it says daycare here, but in reality, it could be anything that's in your immediate need circle. In a zombie apocalypse, I'd run out of medicine and die, so I could go do some stuff for my family where I live, I suppose. Prefer to do stuff for, weather. I'd want closure. clean up. I live with my grandpa, but in this situation, and yes, I love my grandpa. Not to mention, he'd be a godsend in this kind of world. He knows construction work and stuff, so he'd be a really good ally. Yeah, and this is why I'm highlighting this is like people with special skills in this world would do wonders. Whether it's the ability to calm the mind, the ability to live fully or enjoy yourself, or whatever that may be, like construction, martial arts, knows how to go ahead and like I don't know, like clean water. 110% off of that. Anyway, here we go. I'm gonna go ahead and mute the audio here just for Twitch and YouTube because they'll mute it. It's a really good song, though. Who's she, though? Like, out of all the characters introduced, don't get me wrong. Each character seems to have a purpose, but this blonde samurai has me like. Reminds me a lot of like, people that go to Japan and it's like, where are the subtitles? All the people that are like, like, oh, I love Japan. I'm gonna go visit there because you guys aren't in my like, my anime level expertise, and they get there, they're like, where are the subtitles, guys? Oh God, I know, and she's cute. That's why I'm like, and the whole like, maybe she's into like the older like samurai stuff, but it's like, German, probably American weeb. Honestly, I wouldn't surprise it. I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a big. Backing it up. Interesting the lyrics that they chose to this, right? From the very beginning, it's a bang bang, like sort of like a big bang that metamorphizes into a classic life. A lot of people are going to try and downplay this no matter what, right? Which is, if your lifestyle were to change like this tomorrow, you now have to worry about, zombies and stuff. What happens to you? Legitimately. Let's be 100% realistic. What happens to you in an environment like that, where all of a sudden, let's say, I don't know. Sorry, I'm trying to pull something up here. It's not coming up. Let's say, for whatever reason, you're lying in bed. You wake up tomorrow. Everything's gone. There's zombies out there. What happens to you as an individual? You either die, or you start metamorphizing into this new life. Speaking of metamorphosis, I need to go ahead and drop that review on metamorphosis. It's that spicy dojin I need to go and throw up there, but also Lord of Manson. Sorry if I didn't say this earlier. Thank you so much for the sub, man. I go back to bed. Honestly, one of the first things I do is cancel subscriptions. So yeah. I mean, if you can, but through that, it's like, how long is that going to work though? Because running through this whole scenario, one of the big aspects that a lot of people don't take in is it's a big transformation in your personal life that you have to go ahead and make, from either being so uptight to being carefree, or from being carefree to start being uptight. What do you prioritize? Interesting. Actually, really, really, really interesting. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, humankind merely ate, slept, danced, and laughed. And of course, that's how we do it until a threat appears, right? We stop giving up on our instincts to survive and to maintain that like priority at the top of the like, you know, predator or whatever, that primal list. And we got so used to our environments that we forgot that there are threats out there. This is actually a really well put together song. The more that we look at it, it's like, wait a minute. True. Evolutionary psychology, actually, there's instances where this is pointed out, which is like, at what point in our cycle did all of a sudden we change from like trying to take care of ourselves and learning how to defend ourselves and all of these things to literally going through the cycles of, oh yeah, you can wake up at any time, you can sleep till any time, you can dance, you can create music, you can follow your artistic and creative patterns and order Uber Eats at 2 a.m. or do whatever, and laugh, and you don't have to worry about a single thing, going out and hunting or going out and like defending yourself or whatever that may be, because there are no other bigger threats in this world other than another one of you. But what if that you all of a sudden turned into a big infection? All of a sudden, these things, your biological basic needs, are completely shifted. Like, whoa. Endless suffering and social pressures pushing people to their limits, yeah. Are portrayed as a norm, yeah. Am I a fool for longing for these things? In a world like this, probably not. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If the world were to end, this is just me being me. If the world were to end, and you had to go ahead and save something, a piece of culture, whatnot, I would probably have a file, right? A couple of these laid around in a box for future humanity's sake or whatever, with quite literally like, oh yeah, these are all the like psychology papers you will ever need to go ahead and like survive, right? Whether it's the basis of Bowlby or whatnot, or here's a bunch of anime, you know, here's a bunch of really, really good anime for the future, or hey, you know what? Here's all the good spicy dojins that came in my lifetime. Here you go, man, for the future, you know, for you guys to go ahead and enjoy. They have a limited shelf time, yeah, but you go ahead and like, at least not even like if for your generation, like, you know, for hundreds of generation, but quite literally for others around in that environment. We're in a post-apocalyptic society. I know, Ed Stash. Guys. Moshiko Tensei must be preserved. The almighty goddess. I'm going to go ahead and like encase like Roxy's panties and then throw them out there, right? That way everyone has a religion now. But no, like, and that's the thing I'll throw out there. For you, what would you guys try and go ahead and pass on to the future? If that could be. If you could save any one thing, what would you long for the most? I'll be honest, probably like entertainment. Having no forms of entertainment present, like visual entertainment without giving yourself away, I would be terrified in a world like this. Save them memes. Know people that let them know that we were people of culture. But yeah, this is why I love Zom 100, because it actually brings existential elements into the play here. Take these dojins, they must be preserved. They were so bussin'. I would pass on that if anyone unironically meets the invisible hand of the market. Oof, that reminds me. Well, yeah. Hold on. If we could, oh, man, this song hits on so many fucking points. If we could go back to your baseline and you could redo life all over, like a new job, a new career, a new whatever, would you? What would change for you? They do like a very, very nice, like in the OP, it doesn't feel like they're spoiling a lot, right? but it feels like they're getting along a lot of messages of like actual growth and actual everything. But that is a deep question to ask, which is like, if you could start all over again, especially if you're older or you're in college or whatnot, would you change anything about your career or about yourself in an aspect like that if you had to start right back from basics? Audio back on. There we go.
せっかく会社辞めてひげ伸ばしたい放題なのになんかもっとこうかっこよくつながってくれたりしないかな。
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
ないなこれは。それか
Thanks so much for the follow, Skymans.
今日は何しよっかな。
Isn't it interesting how societal norms, we throw them away immediately? And it's in like a closed setting or whatnot, it's one of the biggest things out there. It's like you don't have to go ahead and like apply yourself to these societal norms in general. The reason why I'm saying this is because usually beards or whatnot, from a lot of like, you can probably look up any Japanese vlogger, tuber, whatnot, and you'll find that like beards aren't necessarily found as like the coolest or most attractive thing out there. So seeing the aspect that he's like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and try to grow a beard. I've always wondered how it would look. Pushing the elements as to what is like for himself, stepping out of those lines. I do wonder though, him as a character, would he ever relapse? If he met someone from his job or someone in a higher position of power that were to come through and to remind him of his previous life, would he relapse and fall back into that role of quite literally just saying yes, yes, and like he might hate it, he might do everything, but he, like, for him it would be one of those things where he needs to find himself again. In case you guys don't know, relapsing is a normal part of the process. We all relapse in 101 things, whether it was you as a kid trying to go ahead and keep your room clean. Some adults can't even keep their room clean, and you've done it right for a couple of times, and all of a sudden, like, you know, the 5th, 6th day in a row, you're like, all right, whatever, I'll do it when I get back. I'll do it when I get back turns into I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow turns into I'll do it in 2 days, 3 days, however long. The reason why I'm throwing this out there is because relapsing is a normal part of the process. However, the moment that you just give up, though, is the moment that you solidify a process. You can always try and change, but the moment that you give up is the moment that you're saying, okay, it's not for me right now. I'm just going to go ahead and solidify here. Like, it's up to you to be like, you know what? I'm not giving up just yet. I'm going to keep trying. Okay, I'm going to take a couple weeks break. I'm still going to keep trying, or whatever that may look like. Are you talking about my life currently? I mean, if I wasn't necessarily aiming for you, right?
開く
Internet?
メッセージ来てるお
お
ネット回線復活したのか思えばこの3年仕事好きで飲みの誘いも断りっぱなしだったもんな久しぶりに会いたい人めっちゃいるわ
Yeah, there's like nothing to do, bro. There's like nothing to do. Like, what are you like? you probably sent a text message and that person probably already passed away. Like, if none of the people you reach out would return a message, yeah, Rabbit. Like, it would be. That's the thing, though. like in a world like this, I hate to be 100% honest about this, but you would have to kill a lot of elements of empathy. You would have to kill a majority of your empathetic self in a world like this. And this sounds really fucked up, and I know it does. But the reason being is because let's say that you text a loved one, right? A sibling, a family member. You never hear from them. You're 99% sure they're dead. Are you gonna properly, in an environment where the environment is trying to kill you, take the time to grieve? Or is your mind going to go ahead and displace you with all the different objects and things around you and keep you bored or entertained with other things to keep you from feeling this pain, keep you from feeling this anxiety at 110% all the time? Your brain's going to go ahead and pick, you know what? If it picks the anxiety route, I'm scared. Because all of a sudden that can go into the void, into catastrophication, into elements of self-doubt and almost like self-sabotage. If it goes the other way, now I'm also kind of scared because all of a sudden this becomes like a journey where everyone might be dead around you, but you're like, I'm painting the world with like, brushes and everything's fine. These are normal things. And like, you don't normalize it as well. It's a very tricky slope that you got to walk through in this. Like, terrifying. Absolutely terrifying.
そっか。ネットの混雑が解消されてスマホが使えるようになったってことはそれを使える人が減ってきたってことなのかな。友達と遊ぶ時間も惜しんで何のためにあんな残業ばっかしてたんだろう。
さっさとやめりゃいいじゃん、そんな会社。
ああ。
店長。お前は簡単にくたばるわけねえよな。
Rugby bro. Oh, was that rugby bro? Hold on, is there any TOS? Wait a minute. Wait a fucking minute. Hold on. Is there any TOS? And second off, wait a fucking. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm gonna have to go in and block. Hey, look, it's a bunny girl. Senpai. I'm kidding. Oh, it's censored and stuff. Okay, awesome. Oh, you're out of water. Oh, shit. What is she tied up to? What is she tied up to? My dude went into... Oh, hold on. Is she tied up to a St. Andrew's cross here? Oh, no. Oh, so you're talking about Dami, Mommy, and BDS. I mean, want to discuss your oddly specific... He is a man of culture. He is a man of fucking culture. Dude, I did say, though, I have said in previous episodes, though, like, I would be the type of guy in a world like this where I would stop giving a crap. I'm sorry, dude. I would probably be going around and finding ways to entertain myself, like mooning the zombies or literally fucking cooking on top, wasting random electricity just for a little bit. I'd be conserving electricity as well, but like, fuck it, the electricity is gonna get turned off in a couple of days either way. Might as well play some, like, you know, some games or something. I would go ahead and, like, I don't know, I would try and be a people's heroes. I'd go with that Riz, you know, because you never know. You literally would never know the next time or opportunity that you would have with another person if you went along. I just hate to be as realistic as like I can be, but yeah, get as many power banks as you can. Absolutely, solar power banks would be a good way to go. This might sound sickening, I know, but however, this might also be a good time. You're not in a lab, you're not in nothing for experimentation in of itself. Sounds fucked up, I know. For example, if you had enough food, water, how long would it take for them to slowly start dying out? What affects them? Does the sun affect them? No. Does water affect them? No. Does sight affect them? If they have their eyes covered, do they know where you're at? Is it sound? What specifically do they go for? What sense is overpowered more so than everything else? And that's I guess a huge aspect that a lot of individuals don't take into consideration. And even through that, it's also like, okay, can they still use your limbs in a normal fashion? Do you treat zombies as some sort of humans or just monsters? I mean, what if the humans are still in there? Like, what if it's like we'll use like the Last of Us example, right? Where it's like a fungi or a parasite or whatever that gets into your brain and like your consciousness might still be there. That's a very, very terrifying thing to be. They can't control their limbs, they can't control their aspects, but they can still see and consciously feel everything that's going through. And yeah, clean up, exactly. It's a really tough scenario where you have to go ahead and start like differentiating yourself a little bit. Actually true, Raventh. Yeah, how did she get actually really good job, chat. Hold on, let me put you guys over here. How did she get bit? In a room where they've probably been at in a while, because she's clearly topless and chained up here. It's, in case you guys don't know, it takes a while to get into St. Andrew's Cross. It's not something that you can just throw someone in. I mean, you can, but it's not like, unless, not like he was the first person for her, right? So how do you... I'm not gonna... Unless, right? Yeah, maybe she got bit right before they started, and he managed to go ahead and chain her up. It could be. It could be. Long infant. I don't know. I don't know. This is what makes it really interesting. That's why I'm like, this world, the way that it's expanded on, the fact that they're not shying away from actual elements. I hate to put it this way, but a lot of people would be caught in the middle of nowhere. A Walmart, if it happens at night, might be a gentleman's club for some people, or the casino, or wherever. Like, we never know when a situation like this might happen. That was so so like, oh, they had to animate the fart in there as well. Oh, that's so good, dude. At least
俺のしょうもないギャグで笑ってくれたよな。はあ、楽しかったな。ダイエット。
but it's even through this, like, and it's a very true aspect, which is even like in interviews with individuals who have been on the brink of death and whatnot, what memories do you go into, right? Like, what memories would you try to recite in? What would be your golden years? And I hate to even ask this and be a like and go into it, but we're going into this environment right now. Do you feel like you have peaked? It is a very, I know. For some people, it's like, dude, did not want to go and talk about this in a zombie show, but it's a very, very, I guess, open question. Do you feel like you have peaked? Was that in high school? Was that in college? Is that as an adult? Was it in middle school? Like, the reason why I asked this is because there's already a romanticization that happens with, like, I'm not even going to put it, in many cultures of high school years. They expect individuals to peak there. There are some that expect college and university to be where you peak as an individual. You have the most growth, and this is where all your memories are going to come back to. But is it really? What happens after that? Because there's a whole 30 plus years, 40 plus years after college and university. In fact, there's so much pressure in there, in university, in college, that, like, this is why a quarter life crisis happens. In case you guys have not heard of it, like, a lot of people like romanticize the midlife crisis. A lot of people have heard about it. A lot of people hear that, oh, you make a lot of changes when you're getting in midlife because you don't want to feel too old or too young. Guess what? There's a quarter life crisis that happens as well when you're around 25 to 28 or even 30. It can happen even a little bit younger, where you're quite literally start trying to go out and define yourself in your world and your environment right there. And this is why it's like this show is showcasing a lot of these aspects there. It's oof, man, this show's hitting on elements that I'm even surprised about.
おお、出た。ケンチョ生きてた。久しぶり。最後に飲みに行ったのいつだっけ？1年前ぐらい？なんだよ、なんか元気ねえじゃん。
いや、お前こそそのテンションどうなのよ。
まあ、積もる話はあってからってことで。今どこにいんだよ。
新宿だけど。
オッケー、新宿な。すぐ行くわ。
無理だって。周りはゾンビだらけだよ。俺はもう。
大丈夫、大丈夫。とりあえず住所送っといて。じゃ、お前。
My dude thought he got out. My dude literally thought he had gotten out. My dude had, like, Metal Gear Solid his way out of this hotel, man. My dude had Solid Snaked his way out of this row of zombies here. He should have used a cardboard box. But, like, did he look? Does he run in front of that girl zombie right there? Wait, hold on. It looks like he does. This, like, refreshing how happy-go-lucky. Yeah, it really is. A girl is so happy-go-lucky instead of doom and gloom. I like that he waits patiently for the door to fully open. And instead of taking a left where the zombie is crawling, this is so good, man. This is so like it's just so good, man. Also, the hotel being Hotel Z.
Kencho とは大学時代、ラグビー部で4年間苦楽を共にした。イケメンで口も立ち。
Sounds good, Weather. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. Be safe, Weather. Appreciate seeing just the fact as to how wild they were, how wild they are, with one of them being like, yeah, I mean, some friendships can transcend time, man.
モテるくせに体まで張れるサービス精神旺盛なムードメーカー
I'm doing good, Dima. What's up? How you doing?
許せる友達だった大学卒業後ケンチョは大手の不動産営業マンになり持ち前のコミュ力の高さで仕事は順風満帆だった
昨日は議員さんの接待でさ、やっぱ金の使い方が違うよあの人たちは、まあそうだ、見ろよ今の彼女現役のモデルさんだぜ。
Aww.
週末は彼女とパリに弾丸旅行
引き換え
Funny. After years, even during the zombie apocalypse, and they just pick back up, those are the ones you treasure. Right, but it's interesting that even him in a full zombie mode still wanted to go ahead, and zombie, I mean like working mode, wanted to preserve this friendship. Instead of going home, he chose this one night to go out and like try and preserve this friendship, even though he feels like, and he might look like a zombie, you know, and his friend is thriving in the environment that he was in. The world turns upside down, and all of a sudden he's thriving and his friend is like on the verge of becoming a zombie. This is like such an interesting parallel in terms of the expectations and weight that sometimes our jobs throw on us, and how freedom, sometimes too much freedom, or even like threats of freedom, can go ahead and like change this altogether. Like friendships, and this is why I will always promote and say value your friendships, right? Because like true friends, especially friends that can call you out on your bullshit, and friends that have been there for a while and whatever, because it's hard to make friendships. It's hard to go ahead and like keep that there. We are watching Zom 100, and we're going over aspects of nihilism and existentialism, essentially. Topics related to the shows. Yeah. So right now we're in Zom 100. We're about to jump into another episode, then probably Heavenly Delusion or a video game.
当時の俺はブラックの重労働で精魂尽き果て人の成功談を聞く余裕なんて
Yeah, it's
みじん
crushing.
もなかった。
なんだよその会社、超ブラックじゃん。やめちゃえ。さっさとやめりゃいいじゃんそんな会社。
Yeah.
だよ軽いな。人が真剣に悩んでんのに。
だからやめりゃいいってアドバイスしてんじゃん。そんな会社いるなんてバカだ。ただのバカ。
お前こそその身の上話ただの嫌味にしか聞こえねえから控えた方がいいぜ。
It's true though. When you're in an environment like this, sometimes you get so strong. Sometimes you get so strong-headed. You don't want to hear other people's success stories, right? Sometimes you just want to be there with others, and it feels as though other people's success stories can be like even damaging to yourself, where you're like, I love you, man, but like these success stories are putting me down, and it's making me feel like I'm doing everything wrong. Yeah, and even vice versa, like being called out on that when you're just trying to be happy and trying to actually give him good advice. Oof, it's a tough situation to walk through.
待ってろよケンチョ今行くからな。
Oh no. Host Club Coon.
俺の人生にしちゃ上出来な最後だろ。約束守れなくてごめんな。
So sound takes priority. They were physically like right there to grab him, but sound took priority. That oh I'm even thinking of ways to use that towards your advantage. And same, Nikki. Get really interesting. Oh, do they? It's for me. This is extremely interesting because if someone is going to go ahead and like say that sound is this distracts and is able to go ahead and like entertain these individuals or get them there, it makes me even like I want to push this, right? Are humans the only ones that can get infected? Like, genuine question. Because if say that like tigers and dogs and whales and whatever else like out there can get infected as well, no place is literally safe. And even through that, how long can sound help you in a way to keep yourself like that? The crows from before, yeah. Thus far, we haven't seen the birds. True, the crows from before. Here, sound equals life, yeah. Noise over a target right in front of them. I wonder if there's any... So, it also makes me wonder, can't you use that towards your advantage? Where say that you start sounding off a bunch of cars in one direction, and you blockade that whole section right there and start just taking them down one by one. My mind is going wild with this. Like, if sound took this much of a priority, that is pretty much fucking key.
これは助かったのか。
なんだこの音。
Oh, damn, dude. He's like a real life superhero. What the fuck, dude? That is so smart, bro. He's got those brains of like survival brains right there. What the fuck? Bruh. Ah, shit.
ケンちゃん
Oh, bro, you better go in for that big hug, but also close the door. Close the door. Close the door. Tells zombies from humans. That's probably either smell, pheromones, probably heartbeat. Yeah, really.
お前本当に来たのか。
ケンチョお前の言う通りあんな会社さ
His main priority, yeah, it's like, dude, you're being loud, but his main priority is not even to go ahead and like get to safety, it's to apologize. Damn, bro. Damn. That actually kind of hits. He's living his best life, and it's like he's getting rid of a lot of the regrets. Yeah, and a major regret, especially if you've had a fight with a friend and whatnot, is trying to smooth that over. Dude, Akira has my heart, man. And the way that he's able to go ahead and like just bring everything in together and oh man, Akira's a 10 out of 10. I can't even. Yeah.
アドバイスに耳も貸さずに、それどころか楽しそうなお前に勝手に嫉妬して、イライラして八つ当たりして、友達なのにごめん、本当にごめん。
Bruh. Close the door though, because people just heard you yell.
それを伝えるためにわざわざ。
本当にごめん。
いや、なんつうか俺の方こそ。
でかい声出しすぎた。上に逃げるしかねえ。県長、後ろ。
ダメだ、持たね
え。待ってろ。
He just picked up a whole AC unit. He just picked up a whole AC unit. Yeah, I mean, we do get our shots of like quite literally like being superhuman, even for just a little bit, right? Whether it's picking up like when adrenaline hits, we do a lot of amazing and wild stuff. Like, I know he's a rugby bro, but even through that, like, put that in there along with the adrenaline boost that we get when we're in fight or flight. Man, that's some scary stuff that we can do.
あれだけじゃ足りねえ。ちぎり入ってくる。どうする？どうする？どうする？どうする？どうする？どうする？くそ！どうすんだよ、アキラ！なあ、アキラ！
逃亡。隣のビルまで飛べない距離じゃねえ。
Okay, this is actually really beautiful symbolism here. And I wonder how often this is going to come through. Like taking a leap of faith, being able to change yourself in your environment like this. Like we in the first episode when like the zombie world came through and he found himself like on the roof taking like, yeah, it's awesome the fact that they're not using the stereotypical like, you know, environments to have a big moment of change, but quite literally using the scenery and using jumping or movement in this regard as a huge catalyst for change. Dude, Akira's, yeah, wow. Just reached enlightenment and seeing the world clearer than anyone. Truly, dude, absolutely true for Onoda.
飛べない距離だって無理に決まってんだろう。おい、アキラ。
無理かどうかは飛べばわかる。アキラー。
Oh.
大丈夫か？どうだって決断力すごすぎかよ。
お前も早く来いよ。
Wow. 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 He jumped. He took that with ease. He did get hurt a little, but he's okay. Thanks so much for the follow, Dima. Appreciate it. Like, the fact that he's able to go ahead and do this, man. Wow. Wow.
県長。
アキラ、せっかく助けに来てくれたのにすまねえ。やっぱ俺には飛べねえよ。最後に聞いてくれよ。
No, dude. No.
本当はさ、
He was lying.
仕事なんか
Yeah.
ちっとも楽しくなかったんだ。
Sometimes you play up aspects of your life to try and make yourself seem that you're okay when you're not okay. Ah, man, this hurts because even in psychology, man, I'm not gonna lie to you. Like being a therapist, being a psychologist is a tough job. It's not just about sitting down and listening to people's like issues all day. There's a lot that goes into it as well. Like you're taking in an empathetic discharge of like a lot of people's trauma and trying to work through that and 101 other aspects. And I think all of us have a job, or all of us have had a job or an environment where we've been okay with it, but it hasn't necessarily always been like stellar 1,000% the best, you know. This is why it's like, yeah, I can tell like there are good things that happen in our work and our environment, but there are also some tough aspects that come through.
毎日毎日客に笑顔で嘘800並べてほとんど騙すような形で契約取ってさ
Oof.
それで上司に認められても会社に何度も表彰されても美人のモデルをものにしても大物政治家や有名スポーツ選手と会食してもちっとも嬉しくなんかなかったんだ。
Oh.
アキラ俺見え張ってたんだ。虚しさをごまかそうとして楽しそうなふりして
Yeah.
ペラペラ自慢話ばっかして嫌なやつで俺の方こそごめん本当にごめん
Best bros, dude. If he doesn't get saved, man, I'm about to go in there and like save him myself. Like someone that can truly admit stuff like this and truly have an introspective moment where he's like, a lot of the shit that I was doing was wrong, and it's clear, and like, you know, it's just to try and fill a void. Ooh, that about mirroring earlier? Yeah. We're saving Kensho, boys. Guys, get your weapons. We're gonna go in there and save Kensho right now, ladies and gentlemen.
そりゃそうだろ。お前のサービス精神はいつだって俺らを楽しませるために発揮してくれてたじゃんか。
そうだ俺はもっと客に心から楽しんでもらえるような仕事がしたかった俺は本当はお笑い芸人になりたかったんだ
Stand-up comic in a zombie world. Then do it, brother.
だったらそんな会社さっさと辞めちまって今からなればいいじゃねえか。俺の教訓だ。友達のアドバイスは聞いとくんだ。芸人なら腹くくってそんくらい飛んでみせやがれ。
Holy shit. How did he take everything off? What the fuck? Oh god. I love the symbolism in that. Like, I know, like, literally being able to be free and strip yourself from the weights of our world that keep us down. Yeah. Like, that is as silly, as funny as that was, kind of powerful in of itself, where all of these characters are literally transforming into aspects that they want to be. And in a big message, I think even through this episode, and I'll ask this to you guys as well. It took a zombie world for them to start pursuing their dreams as to what they want to be. For you guys, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from chasing your dreams? Zom 100 is such a beautifully enwrapped, like, message-filled show that even besides zombies and whatnot, like, the messages that it throws out there is, like, the fear of failure. Yeah. Money, how so? Can this metaphor apply? What's stopping me having me animated watch? What she's... So this is why I'm throwing this out there. It's like, it's such a beautiful... like insightful journey that like we're going through, and this show hits all the marks for me, time and time again. It comes through. If it's your parents, why is it your parents? Mickey, lack of goals or dreams? Do you have a major dream that you want to go out and be or do? Is there something that inspires you? Don't have money, can't survive. Well, how can we get you money for you to start surviving? What steps can you take for you to start getting that money for you to survive? And maybe start pursuing those dreams, those aspirations for yourself. You need to be around them. Any particular reason, Fallen Guardian? So this is why I'm throwing all of this out there, is because this show is just powerful, man. Like, powerful stuff.
俺この流れで死ぬの全裸で
Your friends got you, man.
アキラ
よいしょどうしたケントまさかゾンビに噛まれてカスタ
Kencho's just chaotic energy is gonna be my new favorite thing, man. Yeah, that hurts like hell, though. That really does hurt like hell, man. And that's why we know that, like, you know, trauma is stored in the body and trauma is stored in the balls. I'm kidding. Don't take that seriously. But, like, it's yeah, his stand-up career has finally begun. And wow. What a beautiful way of them doing it, and of them actually showing that togetherness.
いやー、お前あの土壇場でおぎゃーって、しかも全裸で。
バカ、あれ芸人としての俺の誕生をテーマにした高度なファーストギャグでだな。
So he gets naked as well.
いつも裸芸じゃん。
これから増えんだよ。舞台とか立ってみてえな。本当に仕事関係のつてとかねえの？
仕事？何それ？したことねえ。
ブラックで死にそうな顔してたの誰だよ。ありゃゾンビよりゾンビだったな。
んだよ、お前こそ芸人って。泣きながらお笑い芸人って。
Aww, the good kind. Honestly.
しかし今日のお前マジですごかったよ。会社辞めてドロップアウトして吹っ切れたやつってさ、その後すげえ成功者になったりするじゃん。起業家とかアーティストとか。案外お前がいつかゾンビの感染から世界を救う男になったりしてな。
俺が？ないない、絶対ないって。
まあねえか、あるわけねえよな。
He might be, though. Like, he might be the agent of change that helps people start looking for what they want to go ahead and do and survive in this world. And it's the simplest things, and I hate to be realistic with all of, like I say I hate to be realistic, but it's true. Like, when it comes to environments like this, let's say Mickey, Riot, Raventh, and Fornoda and I are on a team. Fornoda's like, guys, I want food. And I'm like, dude, there's a place. Like, there's a whole town that's still open. And they make some of the best burritos in the world, man. And they're still open in the zombie apocalypse. You want to take a trip? It might be the last time we ever get burritos, man. You down? Like some bean and cheese, like get that wok, get that good, like, you know, we'll be in and out, we'll get our food, we'll dip. What do you want to do next? It's the silly things. Now I peaked. It's the silly things that help us, like, that we accomplish and we feel motivated to accomplish more. And that is why I'm throwing that out there. Like, the more that this show goes through scenarios like this, the more that it keeps blowing my mind with the differences in how it's the small things that help us out. And I think was it Zombieland that actually like talked about the little things? Because it's true. For some people, it might be Twinkies. They might need some Twinkies for survival. For other people, it's just the amount of time that we spend with one another. And it's wild how we just take it for granted without, like, you know, a global pandemic or anything major happening. We just go ahead and take, like, everyday life, nutrition, the fact that we can go get water without having to die. Like, wow. Wow. Zom 100 hitting stuff, like, amazingly again.
今一芸思いついたぞ。
どうせ裸芸だろ。
Drink and laugh with my best bud. Bro, roll number 32. Drink and laugh with my best bud. Oh, that actually feels good for him to cross off. Wow. This episode of Zom, dude, I didn't think that we were necessarily gonna go into this like layer with the show, but the fact that it is going into a lot of layers in this show would be something amazing. That would be in your 100 list. That is a really, really excellent question. Honestly, probably sleep a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's probably gonna be like sleep. More than likely, it's gonna sound like interesting in this manner, but like set up traps in a world, like set up like a maze of traps, right? What else? What would I want to do in this world? Probably go insanely fast speeds without the need to really worry about anything. What else? I wouldn't want to travel in a world like that. What about you guys? What would be in your bucket list? And for you guys on YouTube as well, what is on your bucket list in a world, in an environment like this? Guys, Zom 100 episode 3. What a really fantastic deep dive into how our friendships can literally be some of the most important things for us in an environment like this. The need for connection, the need for friendship is huge. And I love the way that this show is going. It adds depth, and it also adds comedic aspects into it, which, like, yes, it is a serious conversation that we're having, but the comedy bits are there, which level everything out so nicely. Blow up a tanker truck. Try to do a live stream during the apocalypse. Last live streamer during an apocalypse doing an analysis on why Rudy or Akira deserve to live based on the fact that they do certain things, right? Oh wow. All right, guys, with that being said, hey, if you're on YouTube, I hope you guys enjoyed it. We are going into the next episode here on Twitch.